Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sonja J, and I'm excited! The new season of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant is on. It came on this Tuesday. I know I'm a couple of days late, but my son has been sick and I have been taking care of him. But he's feeling better today, so I'm here to do a reaction or review video with you guys today. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be reviewing episode 1 and 2 since they aired 2 episodes in one on Tuesday. So let's get into it, and if you want to hear my thoughts on the entire episode and the new girls that came into the season, keep watching and let's get into it. Okay, so before I get into the new season and my review reaction to the whole episodes and everything that happened, okay, so quick disclaimer. On the title, as you see, it says Season 3, Episode 1 and 2. Now, I know technically it's Season 2, but when I reviewed last season's episodes, I titled it Season 2 because I didn't know at the time that it was actually a part 2 to Season 1. I just kind of took it as it was a Season 2 because whenever they take fat breaks like that, in my mind, I take it as a new season. So I know it's technically Season 2, but I'm titling it Season 3 since I titled last season Season 2. And this is like the third part of a new season. So even though it's a Season 2, it's part 3 of everything that they put out. So I'm just putting it as Season 3, but we know it's Season 2. Also, as you can see, I'm doing this video with me talking to you guys. As you can see me talking and whatever. But lately I've been doing voiceovers with my videos, especially like videos that where I'm like reporting articles and I'm like giving my opinion on things that are going on. And I kind of wanted to try out voiceover and like play like videos and clips or pictures as I'm talking about the season or the episode of the season. So I think I'm going to try that for the next episode review that I do for Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. So let me know if you guys like this better with me talking to you guys directly on the camera, or if you would prefer me just posting the picture and the video and then just doing a voiceover as you hear me talk. So let me know if you like this better or the voiceover version better. I might try it out anyway next week, and then I'll let you guys see which one you like better. So as you can tell, Lexi is no longer on the show, and so is Jade. She's no longer on the show as well. Jade is now on Teen Mom 2. I guess they decided to put her on that show since Janelle was kicked off for being Janelle. I'm not even gonna get into that because I don't review Teen Mom 2, but they put Jade on Teen Mom 2, so she's no longer on Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I think that Jade made a great cast member on Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, but I guess they just figured since they got rid of Janelle, let's just add another person that's already on the Teen Mom franchise to Teen Mom 2. So whatever. I'm just glad they didn't get rid of Ashley because that's my bitch. And they also let go of Lexi. I read reports and articles, and they basically said that they felt like she was too boring. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree. I didn't really care too much for her storyline. Which is, in a way, is kind of a good thing, because you shouldn't have to sell yourself or fight all the time, purposely like get in fights with your boyfriend, or purposely do outlandish things you would never do just to stay on a TV show that's not going to last forever anyway. So she was herself and they didn't like it, and that's fine. Be yourself. If they don't like it, whatever. And also, just to update if you don't know, also Lexi actually had another baby since the show stopped recording her. She had another baby with her boyfriend, Tyler, I think that was his name. They had another son. So update on that. So we're gonna finally start the reaction of episode 1 and 2 of the new season. I'm going to talk about each girl individually. I'll talk about one girl, give my opinions on how I feel about her on episode 1 and 2, and then go on to the next girl, so on and so on. So let's finally get into it. Okay, so the first girl that I'm going to be talking about is one of the new cast members, Kaya. So this season we're introduced to a new girl named Kaya. Her storyline is kind of similar to how Brianna's storyline played out season 1. She's a lesbian girl. She's 18 years old, and she was with her girlfriend Taisha for 2 years, and then unfortunately, Kaya's father passed away, And right around that same time that her father passed away, Taisha cheats on her. So they break up for X amount of time, and Kaya dates some guy. I forgot his name, but she dates some guy for a little bit and gets pregnant by him. Then he goes to jail, and then even though Kaya's pregnant, Taisha and Kaya start talking again, and they get back together. And now they are together while she's pregnant, and Taisha and Kaya are together and planning to raise the baby together, even though biologically this is not Taisha's baby, but she plans to stay in the picture. So first off, I want to say, I think Taisha is so cute. I know that's random, but like, I'm not gay or nothing like that, but I think she is so cute. Like, something about her look is so cute to me. Like, I don't know, I like Taisha. I think she's cute. I think she's adorable. So the story is, she's 18 and she's lesbian, but she had, a break and got pregnant. This dude she gets pregnant by is in and out of jail, she says, and now he is currently in jail, which is unfortunate, and I hate that. I know it happens, especially in my community. A lot of young boys go in and out of prison at a young age, and I just hate that, and I hope that this young man doesn't go back once he gets out and he gets his life together, especially now that he's going to be a father, because regardless if he's with Kaya or not, he needs to be in his son's life. He needs to get it the fuck together. Regardless of how young you are, get it the fuck together. Especially if you want to be out here having sex and creating children, then you need to stop acting like a child and get your shit together, because now you're a father. And then Kaya also explains to us that she doesn't have a great relationship with her baby's father's mother. I would like to say this young man's name. I don't want to call him baby father, but I forgot his name. I didn't write it down. And I mean, technically that's really all he is. They're not together. They weren't married. So really, technically, he is just a baby's father. And Kaya was just explaining that she does not get along with his mother because his mother basically blamed her for getting pregnant, and she tried to fight her. Girl, now this is, I'm gonna keep it 100. This is, the way the mom was acting was just like some ghetto ratchet hood shit. Like, we're back in the hood and I'll fight any bitch, even if she's underage. Like, that mom needs to cut that shit out. I don't give a fuck what hood you're from. I don't care where you're from. That shit is ratchet as fuck, is disrespectful as fuck, and you need to get the fuck together. Like Kaya's mom said, no wonder why her son is in and out of jail, because look at what he was raised by. Clear example. And I'm not trying to judge her too hard because I don't know what she's been through. And usually when people have bad behaviors and they do shit like fight all the time and just act outlandish and crazy, usually there's a reason behind it and they've been through some shit. So I'm trying not to judge her. However, regardless of what you've been through, you have a choice in life to do better and make better decisions. And as a grown-ass woman, you have a choice not to try to fight a pregnant girl. And as a woman yourself, you know that it takes two to get pregnant. So for you to try to blame this young girl for your son sticking his penis in her and impregnating her is immature and dumb as fuck. And then for you to turn around and try to fight her, even if she did call you a bitch, she's pregnant, number one. Second of all, she's underage. And you could say, oh, she's 18, but she's still not 21. And even if she was, you're double her age. So for you to try to fight her is immature as fuck. And it's just get your shit together. If maybe if you get your shit together, your son could too. So that shit was just whack as fuck. And I can tell that Kaya's mom was trying to be the bigger person. She was trying to, have a relationship with her so she can be in her grandson's life. But it's just she just came in there acting as if Kaya was supposed to be over it and she was just supposed to just magically just be like, okay, I forgive you, we're cool. No. I mean, I will say Kaya didn't have to have as much of an attitude. However, she's allowed to feel the way she wants to feel. I wouldn't be cool with somebody either if they try to fight me. Especially while I'm pregnant. We ain't cool. We never gonna be cool. And even if we are gonna be cool, before we can be cool, you need to apologize. And I need to actually believe your apology. And then maybe, not for sure, but maybe we can work things out. But no, God, I feel Kaya on that, and her mom. You're not about to disrespect my daughter, and you're not about to sit here and try to fight my daughter because you're mad that she's pregnant by your son. Be mad at your son. Or be mad at yourself. So that shit was just bullshit. So, basically, Then eventually, like, Taisha and Kaya have a talk, and Kaya and Taisha are trying to figure out, I guess, like, what they're gonna do. And Taisha is basically saying that she does want to be a part of her life and the baby's life, and she plans to stay around. And then Taisha ends up asking Kaya's mom if she could live there and go to school there so that she can help with the baby. Now, I do think it's cute that, they're trying to be a little family, and I do think it's cute that Taisha really wants to help and be a part. However, I'm gonna keep it 100. I feel like there's a possibility and there's a way you can date someone without being too involved in their child's life and still have a healthy healthy dating life. Okay, like, what I mean by that is, it'd be different if Taisha and Kaya were married. And if they were grown. No, first, it'd be different if they were grown, and then second of all, it'd be different if they were married. But the fact that they're both underage in high school still, well, Kaya just graduated, but Taisha's still in high school. They're both barely 18. Taisha's not even 18 yet. And not only are they not grown, but they're not married. So I feel like there's really no reason for Taisha to feel like she has to be this baby's stepmom or stepmom, if they're not grown and they're not married. Like, you can still be dating Kaya and still be her girlfriend and still have a healthy relationship and help here and there when you can without having to pretend like you guys are married and play house. Because one, they're too young to be playing house like this, because that's not your biological child. If that was your biological child, then I get it. That's half your son. So you do need to help as much as she's doing. You do need to be there. But the fact that she's not your biological child, you don't necessarily need to live there because you're too young. You're not even out of high school yet. So why do you need to be a stepmom to your girlfriend's child? You can still be in a relationship and have a healthy relationship and have a good time and, come over after school and help birth the baby, feed the baby when you can without having to live there, because that's too much of a burden as a young girl. And then on top of that, you guys are not married. So you don't need to obligate yourself to be a mother to a child that is not yours. And I just think that's kind of the problem. A lot of young kids, and I'm not gonna just say these days, because even back in my mom's days and grandma's days, they were having kids young and getting married young as well. But I just think that's the problem. Like, a lot of children want to get in these committed relationships where they're playing house too young, and then they get, their feelings involved and the family gets involved, and you're only like 17, 18 years old, and you don't even end up being with this person when you're like 20. You guys ain't even together no more, and you just doing all this extra stuff at a young age, and then it messes with you psychologically because you're they're too young for this. Okay, so with Ashley, we basically leave off with her and Bar still trying to figure out what they're going to do with their relationship. If you remember from last season, they broke up because Bar physically put his hands on her. I gave my whole opinions on that. If you want to brush up on how I felt about that, you can watch last season's reviews. And now they're trying to co-parent and trying to also still work on their relationship if there is a relationship left to build on. He's living somewhere and she's living with her mom, with Holly. And Ashley is kind of getting fed up with him again because they've been together for 3 years and he still hasn't gotten his GED. And then every time, he says he's going to get it and he's working on it, then for some reason he doesn't do what he's supposed to, and then he still hasn't done it. And on top of that, not only does he not have his GED yet, but he also doesn't have a job. So it's like Ashley's going to school. She went back to school. She's going to school full time. I don't know if she has a job, but even if she doesn't, she's doing this. So this is considered a job. So her doing the show and then going back to school and then being a full-time mom, she's doing a lot. She's basically taking care of everything, and all he has to do is get his GED, which is really just study, and he can't even do that. And he doesn't have a job. So it's like Ashley's doing all these things and Bar's really doing nothing. And so she's starting to get fed up, which makes sense. I can already see where this is going, but I'm going to go ahead and wait to see the next couple episodes before I say what I feel is going to happen next. But You know, Bar, I liked him with Ashley. Like, I think they're so cute together. And honestly, I like Bar. Like, his personality, I like him. I think he seems like a chill, sweet guy. You know, he has his hood side to him, but you can also tell that he's also like a good guy too. You can kind of tell. And I do like him. However, I feel like he allows like the people around him to influence him to not want to do better. And I also feel like Ashley said, like, he seems like he is a good father. And I have something in my eye, so sorry. But he seems like he is a good father. And like Ashley said, he's motivated to be a good father and to be in her life and to, you know, do what he needs to do for her. But he doesn't have the motivation to, like, do better for himself. And that's what it seems like. Oh my gosh, like, I really have something in my eye. It's irritating me. But yeah, that's what it seems like. It's like he doesn't really want to focus on getting his life together, getting things he needs to get together done, you know? And it's like Ashley's doing the show, she's going to school, she's being a full-time mom, she's about to move out of her mom's house soon. And like, she's doing things for herself and she's doing things for her daughter, but it's like, Bar, what are you doing, you know? And it's not even just about trying to get back together, it's just about being a good individual and being, you know, motivated to be successful for yourself and for your daughter. Like, and if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? So it's just kind of like, come on, Bar, get it together. Like, stop letting your family and your mama and everybody around you influence you to not do shit. Like, we don't want to be one of those I don't do shit fathers. Like, come on. And then also, I guess, you know, they're having a christening for Holly. And, you know, the mom still feels some type of way towards Bar, which is understandable. Any mother would, you know. So hopefully they get it together, even if they don't get back together. Hopefully the co-parenting is A1 and Bar gets his GED and gets it together. That's really all I have for Ashley. Not really too much happened there. You know, they're just trying to figure it out. So we're going to move on. Okay, so now we move on to Kayla. Now, comment down below. If you guys at any moment want to comment down below and let me know your thoughts. If you agree with what I'm saying about these girls. Even if you don't, that's fine. I don't care. We can agree to disagree. Comment down below. Let me know what you feel. With Kayla, let me know what you guys feel about her in this Luke situation. Because I'm going to be honest. Kayla strikes me as one of those girls, like, whenever she's in a relationship, she moves really quickly. And that's kind of what she's doing with Luke. It's like, they've only been together for 6 months, and you already have a son. And it's like, you're already moving in with him and playing house yet again. And, you know, I need women to kind of start trying to break out of this playing house cycle with men, or I should say boys, at young ages. It's like, you're 18, you're 19, you're 20. Like, we don't need to keep playing house. We're too young to be playing house. Let's have fun and live our life and do us. And then when we have our own shit together, then we can, once the guy actually proves himself and shows you he loves you more than you love him, because that's really how it's supposed to go. Ask me how I know. And, you know, you have your stuff together, you're a little bit older and seasoned, then we can, you know, move in and play house and actually try to make things work. It's just a lot of these girls, and not even just the girls on the show, but just in general in this world. You know, a lot of women like to play house at young ages, and that usually is a recipe for disaster, because you get your heart broke, you get pregnant, having these babies by dudes that are not even men, they're boys. Now, I'm not talking badly about Luke, because honestly, Luke does seem like he's a stand-up guy. He seems like a man. He doesn't really give me boy vibes. He does give me young man, I'm trying to get my shit together and do what's right for me and the people I love vibes. He really does. So I'm not saying anything bad about Luke in general, but it just bothers me a little bit that Kayla moves so quickly. And I do understand that she, last season, was kicked out of her mom's house. Her mom kicked her out because, you know, I guess she was upset about her letting Stefan in the house when she didn't want him in the house. And I do understand that, but it's still like, women sometimes are not cautious when they have a child and then they get in a new relationship and then like put all their eggs into that relationship, and it's like, but you don't know him well enough to bring your child around him and to move your child in with him. Now, like I said, granted, Luke seems like a good guy. He seems like he wouldn't hurt Isaiah. He seems like he does really care about Kayla, and it does seem like their relationship is a real relationship. So I'm not knocking Luke as a guy. I'm just saying, regardless if he's a good guy or not, it's still not a smart thing to move in so quickly, especially at a young age, and especially when you have kids already. That's just my opinion, and that's also the truth. Because it may work out for Kayla, but usually in most cases, it don't work out for a lot of women. So ladies, don't do the Kayla move. Please don't. If it works out for Kayla, great. But it don't work out for every girl. And a lot of the time, these women move in quickly with these boys. Okay, not men, but boys. So ladies, please be cautious, especially when you have children. But you know, they're 6 months in the relationship. They move in together. He seems like a good guy, so I'm not knocking Luke. I hope everything works out. Basically, Luke is in college, and he's also playing basketball, and he has options to go to college at a university out of state and play basketball, and basically, Kayla is going to go with him. And, you know, I'm not surprised, because like I said, she seems like the type of girl to move quickly in a relationship. Whenever she's in a relationship, she puts everything into the relationship. So I'm not surprised. It's just like, you gotta be careful when you have kids, because if you want to do that shit, that's fine. But don't put your kids in a situation where you don't know the guy that well. Like I said, Luke's a good guy, but this does not work out usually for other women. So be cautious, women. So then, on top of that, at the end, we find out that Kayla's pregnant again. And look, like I said, I'm not surprised. Kayla seems like the type to move quickly. I'm telling you, you can kind of tell when somebody is the way they are. It's not their words, it's their actions. And her actions just show me, when I'm in a relationship, I move quickly. And that's what she's showing us. And I'm not mad at it because, you know, it's her life, it ain't me, so whatever. And like, you know, as long as he's treating her right, which it does seem like he is so far, I'm happy for her. As long as he treats her right, as long as he treats Isaiah right, I'm happy for her. Because, I mean, he's a lot better than her baby daddy. I forgot his name, but he's a lot better than him. So, you know, it does look like she lucked up in this situation. But still, ladies, don't follow what Kayla does, because usually it doesn't work out. So, really, I don't have too much to say about Kayla either. This is kind of stuff I already knew, because honestly, I seen her Instagram. She already had the baby, so I already knew she had another baby with him and all that. But, you know, we're going to see how this plays out. We're going to see what their relationship's really like on camera, because we didn't really get to see too much of their relationship last season. We're going to see how this pregnancy plays out and, you know, how the move goes and everything. So I am happy for her. I just hope that if they do break up, I'm not hoping that on them. I really do hope the best for her. But if they ever do break up, I just hope that she doesn't make this a pattern, especially now that she has kids with an S. We're going to move on. So now we're on to Brianna. So we remember last season she recently moved out of state with her mom. And now, really, honestly, there really wasn't too much going on with Brianna. Basically, she's just, you know, she got fired from her job last season, so now she works 2 part-time jobs. Basically, the whole first episode, she was just kind of struggling to find a babysitter for her son so that she can work. And then finally she was able to find one in the second episode, but she was only able to babysit for the weekends. But I mean, that still helps out, because I'm sure she probably works more on the weekends anyway. So that helps, and that's good. I'm happy she has a babysitter. And then we find out that Brianna is still kind of missing Danae. Now, she says, you know, it was really more, she just felt like she needed closure, which I do believe that, because even regardless of how she felt about Danae, whether it's because she still had feelings or it was because she actually really just wanted closure, that's understandable. You know, they worked together for a long time. They did plan on raising, his name is Brayson, right? I'm sorry, I forgot. So many babies, I forget. But they were planning on raising the baby together. And like I said, and that's why I was saying what I was saying about Kaya and Tanisha's, girl, is her name Tanisha? Jesus. Is it Tiaja? That's what I was saying about Kaya and Tiaja's situation, you know? And yeah, as you see, it didn't work out for Danae and Brianna, you know? 2 young women that are too young, not really of legal age yet, barely finishing high school, trying to play house when, A, you're not grown until you're not married. Doesn't work out, I'm telling you guys. So, it didn't work out for Danae and Brianna. And, you know, for obvious reasons, their relationship was mad toxic. And so she sees that Danae gets top surgery. She's happy for her. But she was also at the same time felt some type of way, because it's like, you know, I really was with you for a long time. I had feelings for you, and I thought I would be there for you when you had that surgery. Instead, someone else is. So, I mean, I can understand that. So she felt like she needed to talk to her and talk to him and have closure. I apologize for calling Danae a girl. I'm so sorry. I forgot. It's a him. I'm so sorry. And so Danae and Brianna actually do talk. Brianna gets the courage to call him. God damn it, sorry. Gets the courage to call him, and they talk. And I mean, even though Brianna said that she felt like Danae was bullshitting her, because that's what she said on the phone with her sister. She felt like, whatever. I don't really necessarily, at least my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. Let me know in the comments if you want. In my opinion, I feel like from what we saw on the camera, they do edit things out, but from what we saw on the camera, it did seem like Danae was pretty honest and open. Like, it didn't seem like he was like bullshitting or like trying to put on a front. It did seem like, he actually, was cool with the conversation, and he really did, give it at least his version of a genuine apology. I mean, because you gotta think, Danae is also now in a different place in his life. He's also in a relationship. So it's like the fact that he even answered the call, he didn't have to, So, I mean, I really, and he gave her apology. Like, it wasn't like he was just like, no, I don't want to apologize. Like, even though he did kind of start off with like, well, we both did things to each other, which is true. And I mean, I do feel like, yeah, I agree with Brianna. He could have gave a better apology because he was aggressive. He did kind of put her through some shit. However, I mean, I feel like from how Danae is and how he was, I feel like he gave the best apology he could from where he was at in his life. So to me, I don't feel like he was like bullshitting and trying to like egg her on or whatever the word she technically used. I think honestly, it was just more Brianna's own feelings. She was feeling sucked in herself because honestly, she might still have feelings for Danae. And so maybe after having that call, she realized, dang, I do still have feelings for him. And if he did want to get back with me, I would take him back. I think that's really what it was. I don't think it was necessarily Danae doing anything or saying anything wrong. I think it's just Brianna having her own feelings, like, dang, I still have feelings for him, and I don't want to, so I shouldn't have called him. That's what I think it was personally. But that's really all Brianna gave. So now we're going to move on to Rachel. Okay, so I don't know how y'all feel about Rachel. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Rachel. Like, come on, let's be honest. This is some motherfucking trailer park Jerry Springer type shit. Like, girl, I'm sorry, but correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the only, because I watched Teen Mom 16 and Pregnant, I watched Teen Mom OG, I watched Teen Mom 2, I don't watch them anymore, not faithfully, but I've seen, like, I stopped watching it up till maybe 2 seasons ago. I've seen all these shows. I honestly think Rachel is at least from what I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, the only teen mom that got on the show and said she don't really know who her baby daddy is. I could be wrong, correct me, but I feel like she is the only one. Now, she did say, however, that she, after calculating the time, the months, the conception, she realized that Drew was the father. However, let's be real, she hasn't taken a test. So technically, she doesn't necessarily know if that's true. Child, it's some Jerry Springer shit. And then on top of that, not only did she say that she wasn't 100% sure who the father was, but the dudes that she was sleeping with were best friends. So she was with Drew, I guess, first, correct me if I'm wrong, and then in between time, in the meantime, when they was breaking up, she was sleeping with his friend Jacob. Back and forth, then a pregnancy. Who's the father? Who's the father? Is it Jacob? No, I'm sorry, Jacob, it's not yours. It's Drew's. But I haven't taken a test, so whose? I mean, if this ain't Jerry Springer, I don't know what is. But, okay. And then the crazy thing is she's only 16. Like, girl. But I'm trying not to judge because, however, she did say that her mom was on drugs and she's a recovering addict. So, when you have a mom who's not really in your life the way they should be, or any parent that's not in your life the way they should be, it's kind of easy for you to wander off and do your own thing and kind of get wild and reckless. So, I mean, I'm not judging, but let's be honest, that is a little Jerry Springer trailer parkage to be 16 and not know who the father of your baby is. And then to be sleeping with 2 best friends at the same damn time. Let's be 100, okay? Let's be 100. So, but that's what it is. And hey, it is what it is. As long as she's a good mom, that's really all that matters. And it seems like she's trying to be, the baby's not here yet. However, she's trying to prepare. She's trying to get it together. Drew is not here for it, okay? He don't want to be a daddy. And let's just keep it real. When they was talking outside on that swing, I was crying. He rolled his eyes so hard. He was just like he rolled them things, went back to his head. Like he was just like, I'm not here for this pregnancy. I ain't here for this father shit. And I ain't here for you, Rachel. Like, could I just block you already? Like, that's, it's not funny. It's actually sad. But at the same time, like, you gotta be smart. You know, if you're gonna lay down and have sex, at least use condoms so that you're not knowing who the father is. You know, I have no problem with a woman having fun. I feel like 16 is too young to be dabbling in different partners. You're too young. You're not grown. But if you're going to do it, at least use protection so that you don't end up looking like Jerry Springer on this show. Just being honest. But, so then I guess she decides to hit up Jacob. Jacob and her have always been good friends, and so she hit him up since Drew wasn't being the father he should be. Okay, can we be honest? I gotta be honest. Is it just me, or did Jacob look mad fidgety and mad sores on his face like he could be doing some type of drugs? Now listen, if I'm wrong, I will apologize. I even apologize now. If I'm wrong, I apologize, Jacob. Sorry for accusing you. But let's keep it real. Where there's smoke, there's fire. It's just like when he was talking to Rachel, he was just mad fidgety. Like he just kept like moving his shoulders and he just kept moving. And like you could say, there's a difference between smoking weed and being on drugs. Like the sore, it could be acne, it could be acne. However, I've seen people who's been on drugs and they had the sores on their face and it looked similar to that. And then he was just mad fidgety and just like, I don't know, certain characteristics he was giving me was just giving me like druggy vibes. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but that didn't look like weed. Okay, weed is a different thing. Weed, alright, but that looked kind of like drugs. I'm sorry, I'm just calling it as I see it. He was just mad fidgety to me. It was kind of weird. So I guess, Rachel and Jacob rekindle, and she wants Jacob to be a part of her and the baby's life since Drew ain't. So we're gonna see how this goes. Also, she has an older sister who is 19 and who recently had a baby, so she's a teen mom as well. But she honestly said herself that her sister's not a good role model to her, because not only was she a teen mom, but right after she had the baby, she went back to partying and doing her thing. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore that Rachel's sister as well didn't know the father of her baby. She said that her baby's daddy was upset at first because they weren't sure who the father, if he was the father, and then once he found out he kind of wasn't really in the baby's life, so now she don't talk to him no more. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore I heard that as well. So it's not that much a surprise that Rachel did the same thing, because that's the example she had. Her mom was on drugs when she was younger, and then her sister was doing her thing, getting pregnant, not knowing who the father was, and now she partying and doing her thing. So Rachel's trying to turn a new leaf. I hope she really does do that, and doesn't go back to partying and just doing her thing, because that's not responsible. Even though I understand she's young, but it's like once you become a parent, regardless of what age you are, you gotta snap out of that and do what's right for your kid. So that's pretty much all I have for the first and second episode of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment down below and let me know. And if you like this video, like it, subscribe if you would like to. Let me know if you have any opinions. We can agree to disagree. That's fine. Just comment down below. Let me know if you like this version of me talking and reviewing, or if you would rather see video and picture clips as I do a voiceover. And I will be reviewing this every week, every season. Sorry I was late today, or late this week, but I promise every week after this week will be on time. Well, I will try to, because let's be real, life sometimes gets in the way. See you soon. Bye.